To make your neighbors jealous, you have to have a good yard. To get a good yard in the spring, you got to take care of it in the fall. That's why Jim Duever is with us from Dyna Green and dynagreeninfo.com. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, McGraw.
See my tomatoes on the green room out there?
The few that are left?
Yeah, pretty good.
Very good.
All right, so let's talk Dyna Green and lawns and things like that. You were on last week. What do we need to do? Another weekend's coming up. It's going to be chilly. We had bad weather last night. What do we need to do for the lawn?
Well, McGraw, we have about 3 more weekends, I think, that we can still seed. So if you have a really healthy-looking lawn and you just want to do an overseeding, that would be, the next 3 weekends would be great to do it. You would then use probably the winterizer, step 4 and 5.
Okay, so you don't winterize till after you've seeded, right?
That is correct.
Oh, okay.
If we seed, that's when we normally use that fall starter.
Gotcha. That's good to know. Okay, so when you seed, fall starter. After you finish reseeding, winterizer.
That's correct.
Can you overseed?
Yes, you can.
Huh.
And if you have a lot of bare spots, you might want to come in and rake them up a little bit and then do your overseeding.
Right.
How do you know, though, if you've overseeded? What?
Well, you'd overseed, just if you have the bare spots, and then you would know when the grass starts coming up in about 2 weeks. This cold weather is going to slow germination down a little.
If you've got a great yard and it's a nice, thick, lush green yard, do you want to put seed on that too?
You don't have to. If it's a good, healthy-looking turf, then you just come in with the winterizer now.
Winterizer now. Okay, good. What about weeds? Talk to me about weeds.
Weeds, yes. If you have a weedy yard, you still have some time. You can come in and use a weed application, which we do have a winterizer with weed control.
Right.
This is normally put down early morning when there's a little dew on the ground. We like it to stick to the leaves. It's really the only fertilizer that you would do that with.
Huh.
But if you control the weeds, you will not be seeding because you have to wait 6 weeks. And so you will not seed if you control the weeds.
That's good to know
Very
too.
important.
So if you've got weeds, you want to get rid of the weeds now, or you want to reseed now? What's more important?
Seed. We can always control the weeds in the spring. We can come in. A lot of them are going to die out over the winter.
Right.
And the ones that don't, you'll be able to control in the spring because if you really fall is a great time to put your seed down.
Gotcha. So if you've got a good lawn and you got weeds, weed. If you've got some bare spots and weeds, reseed.
That is correct. That's good.
See?
He's catching on.
See?
He's listening to you.
Well, you see, but I mean, this is all the stuff no one knows.
Yeah.
And you read those boxes, you don't know what you're talking about. That's why Dyna Green is so good. If I were to, where do I go and get all these Dyna Green seeds and reseeds and false fertilizers and all that stuff?
The easiest way is to go to dynagreeninfo.com. That's DYNA greeninfo.com.
Can I go to a local lawn and garden dealer?
And we only sell it to the independent lawn and garden dealers. So St. Louis, we have them spread out across the county and in St. Charles.
Yeah, that's really cool that you only sell to those local guys because you believe in being local.
That's correct. It's a local product made for St. Louis, and we like to sell it through the local independently owned garden centers.
A lot of people don't know this, but you guys, your seeding, your fertilizer, all that stuff, is it true that you make it specifically for this climate, for this region, for this area?
That is right. And if you look on the labels, you'll see how we are made for our zones.
Right. So it's only made for here. So that's why I love doing it.
That wacky weather here.
Our wacky weather, yes.
Now, we seeded my house last week.
Correct.
Last night we had torrential downpour. Did that seed wash away? Do I have to reseed?
Because you had a pretty good turf to begin with, and we're working on the bare spots. It probably did not wash away because most of your bare spots are smaller.
Right.
And the seed was down for about a week, so we hope there's a little bit of roots kicking out already.
Gotcha. When you say water, do you mean water for 20 minutes? Do you mean just take a hose and dampen? What do you mean by water these seeds?
Yeah, when you're watering your lawn after it's been seeded, you want to be sure that lawn keeps high humidity over the seeds. So you're not worried about long watering. You just want to keep it wet. But you may have to do it 2 to 3 times a day until that seed germinates.
So you just want to keep it moist, more or less.
That's correct. And once the seed germinates and you start seeing green, then you can start backing off on the water.
See, Kelly Jackson?
Hey, yeah. I'm learning a lot.
Okay, you guys also have, let's talk for a moment about fall plants. mums and things like that. We've been talking about that.
Right.
Give us a couple of helpful hints in that with that stuff.
Well, this is a great time to get your mums in. They're a good supply of them. They seem to be running on time as far as blooming. If you're going to put them on your porch, you might want to put them in a little larger pot than what you buy them in. They'll use less water that way, or you'll be able to water them a little heavier. Otherwise, they'll dry out. You go to work, they're going to be dry by the time you come home.
Right. Do mums come back every year?
Most mums are perennial, so you can plant them in your landscape, and they may come back.
See that? See that? Dyna Green.
He is so proud of himself.
Dyna
right
Green.
now,
I'm
I'll
not
tell you that
I'm
right
not proud of
now.
anything. It's all Dyna Green or dynagreeninfo.com.
He's learning quick.
All right, dynagreeninfo.com, local lawn and garden dealer.
That is correct.
That's all we need to know. Jim Duever with Dyna Green. Thanks for coming in.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Great stuff. 845, Big 550.